Okay, real quick again, this is assignment 31. I was saying you're going to use this one here where you're multiplying on the word problems. You're going to use this one 3 times. This one, where it's 20 times 0.5, you're going to end up using it 3 times. This one and this one also, you're going to use it 3 times. And then these two, you're going to see them 2 times. So when you do these word problems, you should already have these solved on your line paper, and then you're going to go ahead and tell me which of these goes with this problem. So let me give you an example. So let's look at this one. You have to really think on if it's multiplying or dividing on all of these, and what you're dividing by what and what you're multiplying by what. So on the number 1, it says, and I'm going to go, I read the question first. How many laps around the track is it necessary to run 3 miles? How far are they going to run? What's that? Well, but I haven't even got to the rest of the problem. All I asked is, how many miles do they need to run? How many? 3. They're going to run 3. That is your total, and that's really important information. So a running track is 1/4 of a mile all the way around. Are they going to run at least 1 lap? If they're going 3 miles, do they need to run around it at least once? Yes. Do you think they're going to run around it twice? In fact, 1 time would be 0.25. 2 times would be 0.50. I'm not there yet. 3 times would be 0.75. Have they run 3 miles yet? No. So I know their total is this, and I'm going to put it in a linear fashion. They're running a total of this. So I need to find out, a running track is 0.25 miles long. How many laps, I'm looking for the number of laps, around the track do they need to run? So I'll write it this way. 0.25 is 1 time. That's 1 lap. 0.25 is 2 times. So they have to run around the lap again? Nobody knows? Abhinav, do they need to run around the track again? Are they at 3 miles yet? No. So right now, that is 0.75. Are they at 3 miles yet? They are? Do these 3 add up to 3 miles? No. We have to run another 0.25. And that's another lap. That's another lap. What is 4 times 25? What's 4 quarters? It's $1. So that adds up to 1. They haven't gone 3 miles. When you see me draw a picture like this, I'm taking my total and I'm seeing, okay, 0.25 is 1 lap. 0.25 is another lap. 0.25, I'm cutting this up. Who knows if we're going to be multiplying or dividing? I've got 5 brains in here. Nobody knows what we're going to be doing? If I multiply, I get 0.25 times 3. I get 0.75. Do they only run 0.75? What's that? I've already moved it. Guys, you need to think. You're taking a total, and I'm seeing how many 0.25s are in 3 miles. If I'm seeing how many 0.25s are in 3 miles, I'm dividing. I'm going to be dividing this up to see how many 25s. Every time I find a 0.25 in this amount, that's a lap. There's another lap. There's another 0.25. And there's another 0.25. And another 0.25. But how can I find out how many 0.25s are in 3? you're going to be dividing. And you always take a total first. I always take a total, and so you need to show what you're dividing. I'm taking my total of 3 miles that I'm going, and I'm dividing it by the length of the track. And this should tell me then what my final answer is. Again, you should have already worked out, and I'll let you do it in just a second, but I would, because you don't have to solve these 16 times. You just need to solve each of these, like 3 times 0.25, go down a couple, I'd space it out on the paper, then the 20 times 0.5, then the 3, how many lines did I skip? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the 3 divided by 25. Then the next one is 20 divided by, I think it's 0.5. Then it's the 0.25 divided by 3, and then the 0.5 divided by 20. So if we don't get through all of the problems, which we will not, you need to solve all of these, put your answers on it. So if you've already got your answer, you don't need to solve it again. We would just put that answer. So again, on that particular one, I'll find it here and we'll solve that one. Which one is that? 3 divided by 0.25. So 3 divided by 0.25. So if I'm solving this one, what goes inside? The first guy goes inside first. So the 3 goes on the inside, the 0.25 on the outside. Now, I said yesterday, after you move the decimal, you cannot work your problem here. You have to rewrite it, and I have to take points off if you're not following that. So this is going to be 1, 2. I'm going to move it here. Where do I start the decimal here? Do I start the decimal in front or in the back? In the back. So then I have to move it 1, 2, and what am I going to put right here? I'm going to put zeros. You cannot work it like this. You've got to clean it up, and you're dividing it into 300. And I think this is going to go perfectly. So does 25 go into 3? Yes, no, maybe? Anna, does 25 go into 3? No. Does 25 go into 30? One time. 1 times 25 is 25. Subtract, and you get a 5. Bring down. 25 into 50 is, how many quarters in 50? 2. 2 times 25 is 50. So there's our answer for this one. Okay. So you never have to solve that again. So again, I'm going to put it up here. That was 3 divided by 25. So that is, I'm going to keep referring to this, that answer is 12. So you just need to put then your answer by the problem, and you need to label it. Who thinks they know how we're going to label this? Go back to the question. How many laps around the track are necessary to run 3 miles? Who thinks they know? It's one word. Leanna, do you have any idea what the labeling would be? What are they asking? How many laps? So what do you think this is going to be? 12 what? 12 laps. You get your word from the question. So they've got to run around the thing 12 laps to run the total of 3 miles. So I'm going to look at the bottom, and you're going to have 3 answers that are 12, 3 that are 10, 2 that are this number, 83,000, that keeps on going, 3 40s and so on. So I'm going to cross off one of my 12s. I can tell we're not going to do this side today, so forget that. This one's pretty easy. I'm going to skip it, and I'm going to let you do it. This one here, I will help you with. It's, well, in fact, it tells you what they're doing. How much will each person get? Bubbles and her two friends bought a bottle containing 0.25 liters, which is a quarter liter of root beer. In fact, here's a clue. They divided equally. How much will each person get? Who knows how you're going to set that one up? Caitlin, do you have any idea what you're going to do on that one? You're dividing. But the question is what are you dividing? Are you dividing the friends or are you dividing the root beer? You're dividing the root beer. So the root beer has to go first. The root beer has to go first. And you're dividing it by how many people there are. How many people are there? There's going to be 3. And then that's going to equal. So that's one of the other problems. So let's find it here and we'll solve that one. That is, it's not this one. It's 20 divided by 3. It's right down here. 20, it's a quarter of a liter divided among the 3 friends. So go ahead and set it up. Which one goes on the inside? The what? The 0.25. So the first guy always goes on the inside first, divided by 3. Then I don't have to move the decimal. So what do I do with this decimal? Leanna, what do you do with this decimal? You bring it up. You bring it up to the top, and you are finished with the decimal. Then you start dividing. Does 3 go into 2? So put an O for no. This is really important. I must have a 0 there. Then I pick up the next 2. Does 3 go into 25? How many times? 8 times. 8 times 3 is 24. Subtract, I get 1. And I have to put a, what do I have to do when it keeps on going? You don't put an R1, you have to put a what? I don't have a bar yet. There's nothing repeating yet. I have to put a 0. And then I'm going to bring it down to keep going. Does 3 go into 10? And it goes 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. I get a 1. So I did just have a 1, but I'm just going to confirm it by putting that 1 more 0 and seeing if it is a pattern. 3 goes into 10 how many times? 3 times. So is this a repeating pattern? So you're going to stop it at the first repeating number. So the final answer will be 083 with the bar on it. So they each get, well, I want to ask you for the labeling just a second. So that answer is 0.083, and that answer is down here. But you have to have, so you have to have this number, you have to solve it, and you have to have the labeling. So who knows what this labeling is going to be? What are they dividing? What did they divide up? The root beer. And what was the unit of the root beer? It was in liters. So I'll just say 0.083 liters. Okay, let me see if there's one other. We'll do these 2, and then I'm going to see if you could do it on your own. Okay, so this is how many kisses can be made, and these are the candy kisses. How many kisses can be made from 20 ounces of chocolate? Okay, so I'll help you. Sometimes you're going to have to draw a picture. So on this, okay, each chocolate kiss weighs 0.05 ounces. How many kisses can be made from 20 ounces of chocolate? Do I have the total weight of the chocolate? Abinab, do I have the total weight of the chocolate? Is he right? I think you already have the total weight. What are they? Is the total weight 0.5 ounces or 20 ounces of chocolate? 20 ounces. You've got the total. So on this number 4, again, sometimes I draw a picture. So my total chocolate I've got is 20 ounces. Each kiss is 0.5 ounces. So 0.5 is one candy kiss. Another 0.5 is another candy kiss. Another 0.5 is another candy kiss. Who knows what we're going to be doing? Okay, I couldn't hear you. What? We're going to be dividing, because when I draw a picture like this, I'm seeing, okay, there's 1.5 in there. That's one candy. There's another 0.5. There's another 0.5. I want to see how many 0.5s are in that total, and that will tell me how many kisses can be made. So what would be the setup? What number goes first? Are you dividing up the 0.5, or are you dividing up your total chocolate? Caitlin, do you know which one we're dividing up? The chocolate. We're dividing up the chocolate, dividing it by the 0.5. So you always take your total first and divide it by the pieces that you're dividing it by. So that one I'm going to put here, that I'm going to be taking 20. Is that one of them? It's right here. So I'm going to be taking 20 and dividing it by the 0.5. And then this one, I'll help you get an answer also. Have we done that one? No. So that's this one. So which one goes on the inside? Anna, which number goes on the inside? The 20. The first guy goes in first, divided by the 0.5. What's the second thing we need to do here? Abaddon, what do we have to do then? But how do I divide? What do I have to do with that decimal? You have to move it one place. Then you have to put a decimal here and move it one place. Again, now this is a mess. I'm taking points off if you don't rewrite it. You have to rewrite it 5 into 2. What am I going to put right here? A 0. So it's 5 into 200, and I know that this is going to come out perfectly. So 5 into, and I should have left more room, but anyway. 5 into 2, O for no. Does 5 go into 20? How many times? 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Subtract. Bring down. Who knows the final answer? Am I done with this problem? Okay, here's how I can tell that I'm not done. I need a number here when I have a number here. I need a number here when I have a number here. I need a number here when I have a number here. So I'm missing a number. What didn't I do? Yeah, I didn't finish dividing. 5 into 0 goes 0 times. And 0 times that is 0, and I'm done. Okay, so now it comes out 0. So that answer is 40, and I'm going to put it up by the way, which one was it? 0.25. Oh, this one was 0.083. We just did the, which one did we just do? The 20 divided by 0.5. This answer here is 40. Okay, so this is 40. Then, who knows what the labeling should be? How many kisses can be made from 20 ounces of chocolate? It's in the question. What are they asking for? How many what? They're asking for how many what? How many kisses? So there's 40 kisses. And I'm just going to, yeah. So make sure that you have the labeling. So we've used this one time, and you can tally it above it if you want, or check it off. But again, this is the number of times that we're going to use these. We're going to do one more, and then I'm going to let you guys get together. Oh, this one's a hard one. This number 5 is, how much would you save on a $3 notebook? The Paper Plus is having a sale on school supplies. The discount is 25%, or in the decimal form, 0.25 of the regular price. Well, when you have an of following a number, who knows what that means to do? We had it on a worksheet where we were doing 0.05 of 50. Who remembers what the of means? Multiply or divide? It's multiply. So this one should be real easy. I'm taking 25 cents off of every dollar. It's going to be 0.25 times the 3. That will tell me the discount. And I'm going to let you finish that one. When you finish it, put your answer here. And then you'll put how much would you save. And your answer could be whatever answer you get is the discount. You can either write discount or saved. Because how much do you save? That is how much is saved. And I'm going to help you with one more. This number 14 is kind of crazy. Okay. Again, we are not doing the back side. There's no way. It's not going to happen. All right, it's 14. So it says, a string of outdoor lights is supported by 21 equally spaced posts. So you don't have to draw this, but I'll just draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so there's 21 equally spaced posts. If the distance from the first to the last is 1/2 kilometer, how far apart are these posts? So here is a total. That's for all of them from here to here. I need to find out what these individual distances are from here to here. Does anybody have an idea what you need to do? Nobody? Anna, what do you think? You're going to divide. So what is my total here? What's the total distance? It's 1/2 kilometer. So I have to take the total is usually first, which is 0.5, so that's my total, divided by. Now the question is, what are you going to divide by? Okay, say it again. How did you know it was 20? Very good. It's not 21. You're not dividing by the post. You're dividing by the spaces in between. And the spaces in between are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's usually the spaces in between are usually one less than the number of posts. So you're dividing it by 20. And so I know that that's going to be the total divided by the 20. You're going to get your answer. And you're going to put the labeling if the distance from is this, how far apart are the posts. So you would label this with the kilometers. Your answer should be in kilometers. And I'm going to let you finish that one. And your job is to finish the rest of these. And if you have a question, I'll be here. So you can go ahead and get started. I'm going to shut this off.